So, guys, what's up? It's been a while.
Yeah,
I'm
it's been
one
a
on, and
long while.
yeah, and on the other line is Mr. Fias. What's up, boss?
I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm good.
All
What's
right.
up?
So anyway, it's been a while, and we've been talking back and forth on getting back into doing some Cosmic Fury stuff. So here we
Yep,
are. First
yep.
time, right? We're doing podcast, right?
Yeah, it's actually the first time. I think before that, it was just mainly videos on
Yeah.
YouTube and stuff. But,
Mm,
I mean, like, you have been doing it for, like, solo for a while
mm,
after, like, me and Rashid kind of, like, slowed down.
yeah,
Life took
but
over, no choice, got married
yeah,
and all.
yeah. Yeah, like we didn't I think we didn't realize how tough it could be until it hit us, right? So I think
Yeah,
timing and like real life got in
yep.
the way. But then again, I mean, like if we doing it for fun, I think there's nothing to worry about. I just do what you do and then just enjoy. Like we don't set expectations anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess, like, before when we were doing it, it was more of, like the pressure of, like, oh, we need to meet up, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to go
Yeah.
through this, we need to go through that. Now
Mm.
it's more of like, okay, you've seen this, you read this, you've done this, we'll just talk about it, kind of thing. No pressure and all.
Yeah, yeah,
So which is
definitely.
better lah.
Mm. So I put out some list of things to say, and the first thing that I wanna like talk with you about is Annabelle. Have you
Oh
watched it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Watched it last week,
Uh huh.
on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
How do you feel about it?
Honestly, the thing is, I mean, usually nowadays I have the habit of, before going to watch a particular movie, I always see, like, or certain reviews and
mm,
YouTube channel that does reviews and all.
mm,
So for Annabelle, it was kind of right smack in the middle. Like, some people hate it, some people loved it, some people
mm,
is like, oh, it's so kind of thing.
mm.
But when I went to watch it, I actually really enjoyed it.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, even I myself was surprised because, as you know, nowadays, like, besides, I mean, honestly speaking, besides Jordan Peele and what's the guy that did Quiet Place? Ah, shit, I forgot his name.
Um.
John Krasinski,
Yeah, and his wife as well in the
Emily Blunt,
movie.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think besides those two directors that has come out, I mean, Danny McBride as well, for what he did with Halloween and Jamie Lee
Mm,
Curtis and all.
mm,
I mean, besides the whole trend of, like, comedian actors,
mm.
stepping up to do horror movie stuff, that's been
Yeah.
really, really good. I don't think there's any really good, like, horror genre of stuff that has been out recently.
Mm.
I mean, you yourself wouldn't know of any good ones recently, right?
Like I haven't been really like on the horror radar I mean unless it's anime like in recent months. But for movies, like I'm pretty casual lah. I think you saw more stuff than I did. So like I was wondering if you enjoyed it. Well, I'm under the 50-50 group.
Mm.
But for you, what was it that you enjoyed about it? Like was it the comedic part or something?
I think the main reason why I actually enjoyed it is because, see, Annabelle has three movies now.
Mm,
I mean, in the whole Conjuring James Wan franchise and all.
mm,
So the one reason that I like this third one is because the first two, yes, the focus point was on Annabelle to, like, possess the kid, haunt
mm,
this guy, doing
yeah,
her stuff and all. But this one, she is the main factor that creates a whole different aspect of
mm,
haunting in the movie as well. Like, in the movie, like, the previous two is like, oh, oh, Annabelle has a demon in her, she's gonna start
mm,
creating havoc. But
yeah,
this one is, she used other artifacts that is so-called the haunted artifacts,
mm,
and bring in different new characters into the movie to make it interesting.
yeah.
You know,
Like
so
you know what it reminds me? It reminds me of like not exactly the same, but
Mm.
13 Ghosts. You remember that movie?
Ah, yes.
Like
That
like
was a good movie though.
yeah, like a different like uh 13 ghosts having different personalities, and
Mm,
yeah, so it's not exactly the same, but it kind of like it brings in different dangers
mhm,
to the scenario. So uh but the thing that I kind of like made me into 50-50,
mhm,
um the 50% which I kind of like makes me like, oh no, is certain parts of the movie I put it under lazy writing. I mean,
mhm,
the movie could have been okay.
mhm,
It's not exactly, I wouldn't say it's so bad lah.
mhm.
It's just that certain parts like it's a bit lazy writing ah. So
Any part in particular for you that you feel lazy?
the first
Oh,
one.
by the way, we this one is like full on spoilers, so yeah,
Yeah,
it,
so anytime when we are about to say something, we will try our best to remind you that there's spoilers. So
yeah.
so anybody
Basically, this
listening,
whole topic there's a lot of spoilers, so just
yeah,
bear with it.
yeah. So I
Oh
think
yeah,
the
you.
first, yeah, the first thing that I guess that got me like like when like what hell, you know that cemetery scene, the early beginning where they wanna like bring Annabelle
Oh
back home.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So the car broke down and it
Mhm.
was like near just beside the cemetery.
It's like a
And
very coincidence kind of thing.
uh
Uh,
I still could roll with it. I The part that really got me is that the car broke down, and then Ed Warren, right,
mhm,
the character, he
mhm,
got pushed over and nearly got hit by a truck, right?
mhm,
Okay. That happened, and then Lorraine was like screaming, ah, like, you know, it's a panic stricken situation, you know, almost getting killed and hit by a truck
mhm,
and all that.
mhm.
And then when they reached the home, they like so steady like as if like nothing happened.
Yeah, yeah,
They with the father said some prayers and then lock away, and then like that was it. That was like I I don't know. It's just a thing that I wish they kind of like transition properly. Like, you know,
yeah.
imagine you
Smooth,
got
more smoothly.
like, I don't know, is that lazy writing, or they just wanna, or they
I
don't have
think
enough time, or you know.
I'm with you on this in terms of the lazy writing, but
Mm.
I believe they want to rush that part
Yeah,
because they want to
maybe.
concentrate
Mm.
on the main part of it. So it's like,
Mm.
we just like it feels like a fast forward kind of thing, like
Mm.
just fast forward. Okay, that's it. We go to this part and that's it. Let's start.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mm.
Which,
Mm.
honestly speaking, a lot of movies nowadays does it, which is
Was there any like thing that really got to you that made you like if what was there any scene that you
for
kind of like
me. The thing is, honestly, the whole movie, the jump scare and all, is very generic and typical, lah. So those kind of
predictable like?
stuff annoys the
Mm.
shit out of me.
Mm.
But the one thing that I actually like, because after watching the movie and all, like, I took a week to digest and think about it, and start thinking about the old movies and all. In terms of writing for this movie, I mean, there are certain parts I agree with you. Like, they really rush it. You can see,
Mm.
you can call it it's a lazy writing and whatnot.
Mm.
But there's one thing that really captures me is how they make the demon, which what's his name, Melphis or something, I can't remember. How they
Um.
make the demon
Mm.
learn newer stuff from all three movie and how it transits into creating the third one. Like,
Mm.
the main three thing that caught me was time manipulation.
Mm. Mm.
One of it was time manipulation, as in like, how he controls the environment around him. Like, the scene, the one that Daniela looks at the TV and the thing
Yeah.
happens,
Yeah. Yeah.
just then it happens to her kind of thing.
That's
So
some poltergeist stuff, man.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that is one that I thought was actually really smart. The
Mm.
second one is, in their house where they have the bell thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
when they will ring the bell and uh like they say that, oh, spirit nearby and all.
Yeah.
If you
Mm.
think about it, right, this thing was actually when there was one part where all the bells in the house started ringing and all.
Yeah, yeah. The kitchen scene, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
Mm.
like how they used that, and they took it from the second Annabelle, because in the
Mm.
second Annabelle, remember the lady and the guy, the couple, the old couple, their daughter died,
Yeah.
and
Correct,
she
correct.
was
Mm.
bedridden, and she always had to use that bell
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to ring
Definitely.
so that people will know that, oh, she needs help and all. I
Mm.
like it how they make it in a way
Connected.
that they connect it in a way that a thing that is supposed to help, he
Mm.
used it to scare,
Mm.
you know. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
definitely. Mm.
the one that I mean, this one is like really I went to really research on it, but
Mm.
the part where she put that picture into her bracelet and her dad,
Mm.
appears.
Mm.
Her dad had a missing eye and all. It's the
Yeah.
same place where the lady, the old couple in the second Annabelle,
Mm.
she also has one missing eye.
Oh, nice.
All this kind of linkage, I'm like, oh, okay. Now that when I started to think about the linkage, then I begin to appreciate the movie even. But
Okay.
other than that, the
Mm.
scare factor it's just typical scare,
Yeah.
generic and all.
I guess. Yeah. I think they left like little cookie crumbs for like the diehards to find, and like
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
like, and if they were to do exactly what you did, I think they would definitely see,
Mm,
which is a nice touch. I could appreciate it.
yeah. But do you
So
see the scene, the one in the supermarket?
um
The one where they came across the comic books, the four different comics. I
yeah,
remember
I saw like it's just like crop in the set, like the corner of the screen. I was
I
like, oh
remember it was Swamp Thing and three others, but I can't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
what the three others are.
It
I
was
thought that
like
was pretty cool. Lah.
yeah, it was like that like 5-10 seconds. And I was like, something. Then a
Yeah.
few so they were buying groceries, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
DC
Then
comic man, James Wan.
yeah. So well, that connection, talking about something maybe another time, but man,
Oh, yeah. We will
yeah,
talk about that on
yeah,
another episode.
yeah,
And also like the real Annabelle doll that they showed. Remember?
yeah, yeah.
So
But
I mean, all these small little Easter egg is pretty cool, lah. Like
mm,
when you look at it.
but the real Annabelle doll doesn't look menacing, but it's huge.
Mm,
So wow, that's something to think about.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
also, I think how I think like this whole Conjuring franchise is becoming bigger and bigger.
It's getting milk. I also feel like
Yeah, yeah, true. I
movies.
agree.
Yeah,
Because
but
the one
mm,
that they did before this, the one that he produced, the Curse of La Llorona.
oh, I saw that too. I was like, I don't know how you feel about that, but
I I don't know. That was like cliche from start to end. So I'm like,
yeah, like the
I'm
priest got me
yeah, yeah,
cringy. I can't, I can't.
yeah. I know. But that's why the
uh,
thing is, I appreciate this movie even more than that movie was honestly for me is bad. But I appreciate
mm,
this movie even more is because of the like I was saying the smaller details.
mm,
Then you'll be like, hey, shit. Even like the girl that was knocking at the
oh,
window when she opened
yeah,
the door. That
mm,
was the Annabelle, the second movie.
the
The
origin
couple's
story, right?
no, yeah, the origin story. The couple's
Yeah,
daughter that died.
on the road. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
mm,
But now you can look at Annabelle, the whole Conjuring franchise, and you can realize that they actually have created another three more movies
okay,
because the three characters that appeared in Annabelle Comes Home, the Black Shark, which is the Hellhound,
mm-hmm.
the Haunted Wedding Dress,
Oh yeah, the one that made you like murderous intent.
yeah,
Mm.
and the Ferryman,
Oh,
the
the
one
one the
with the
coins. The
yeah.
it's, I don't know, man. The 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 coins, especially that kitchen scene
Mm.
where the girl was like shining the torchlight, and then like the things that happen in that movie sometimes make me like, you already know something is about to happen, and you still put. I just want to slap her face. Yeah.
The thing is right, though. The one character that annoys me the whole movie, right, is
I'm
Daniela.
gonna guess. Ah, yes. I gonna agree with you all the way,
I
man.
tell you from the start to the end, I'm like, wow, this girl is just dumb. My God. I
The
mean,
you know the scene where she got stabbed, so called got stabbed.
yeah, yeah.
I like I even like bluntly say you deserve it. You deserve it. Then my
She
girlfriend was
really
like
deserves
laughing.
it.
Yeah, my girlfriend was like laughing. You deserve it. You fool! It's because of you. Because I got this movie.
But the thing is, honestly, when starting, I'm like annoyed. I mean, I'm annoyed with her throughout the whole movie. But when you
Mm,
kind of see the reason behind why she was doing it,
yeah. Lah,
you
mm.
kind of be like, okay, I'll give you a benefit of a doubt, kind of thing. But I still hate you
Yeah.
because you
I'm
just annoy
sorry. I'm sorry because you're an
yeah.
idiot. You're a total idiot. People already put the sign and lock don't know how many locks on the door. You still want to find. But okay lah. They tried their best to explain why she did it lah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But still,
But
like,
yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Mm.
bitch, just don't,
Yeah.
don't.
But I guess the like for your sense of appreciation, like you did the research, that's like your um that's why you appreciate it like even
Mm,
more. For me, I guess I wanted to hate it more, but until at
mm,
the very end, I kind of like saw the movie as a tribute movie also for
mm.
the real person, the real Lorraine who
Oh, who
recently
died
passed
this
away.
year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So it's kind
exactly.
of like a tribute movie for her. So I was like, okay lah, soften my
Because
heart a bit lah.
I
Mm.
mean, before this, they had Lauren Warren to, like, give some
Tips ah, oh yeah, yeah.
tips and advice, and
Mm,
like, on certain situation and stories and whatnot. But
mm,
now that she's gone, I don't know. I'm kind of like on the fences about the next few movies that they plan to release. I mean,
mm,
I think they're going to release Conjuring 3, if I'm not wrong, somewhere.
mm.
Think so.
I guess so. Like as long they don't go the route of like the nun,
Oh my god, The Nun.
like
I had such a high expectation for that movie, but wow, it fell so flat.
no, I mean, we can talk it. I think talk about it like in another episode
Yeah,
because I think we can talk quite lengthy about it. But
yeah.
in hindsight, Valak was creepy until he opened his mouth, which annoyed the fuck out of me. Like all that walking around, creeping around, and in the dark corridors, like wow, that one like you can sense danger. Like
Mm.
it gave me that vibe. But the moment he opened his mouth, I was like, eh, I think shut up better. Like oh goodness, I cannot like I don't know lah. We can save it about save it for another episode. But I can
You
tell
know what we
you
should do? Probably
what.
one episode we should just cover the Conjuring franchise.
Yeah, sure, why not? I
Yeah.
I I'm down with
I
it lah. Like
think then we can cover a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But for now, I mean, Annabelle Comes Home. I mean, for people who want to go and watch it, I encourage you to watch it to
if
enjoy the
mm,
characters in the movie. But if you expect to be scared and afraid, then don't don't expect
but
to.
bro, I tell you that day when I watched with my girlfriend,
Mm.
we had the most kental crowd. A bit scared. A bit scared. The cinema beside the door closed also kena scared. How like that? Like
uh,
I don't know
oh
lah.
my
I
god.
think I think it's the school holidays, so I can only assume the ones were in my theater were like students like
Yeah.
I don't know like I I'm sure you have seen scarier stuff. I have seen some
Oh,
scarier stuff. This Annabelle to me is the most funniest I've seen
yeah.
on certain
It's
levels.
honestly it's not scary. It's fun. It's fun
Yeah,
to watch.
because
You know what I mean?
like we seen horror movies throughout the years, and like
Yeah.
you said, the formula for jump scares you already can expect what to happen.
Yeah.
So you kind of like
Exactly.
I don't know if desensitize is the word for it, but you know lah, you know what's gonna happen because people do stupid things. and
Mm.
and like you can't. I mean, it's not at the Sitchin level of like what the
Well,
fuck of you know, it's not
Sitchin
there.
level is a whole different level. That
Like
one
it makes you want to sleep not so peaceful lah. You get what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Animal does not do that to especially this version of it lah. So yeah lah. I guess
But
like
I guess horror movie and thriller movies. I mean, it has evolved in a way that like now your typical generic movie like Conjuring and Insidious and whatnot is no longer scaring you. Like you don't I mean, you go to movies like that, you expect to be scared,
mm,
but you would rather go to movies like like Get Out or Us, kind of thing. I mean, I'm a big Jordan
psychological
Peele.
stuff lah.
Yeah, the psychological
Mm,
stuff is actually the one that really gets you come to think
mm,
about it.
mm. I mean, horror movies now, like paranormal horror movies, don't do that. So yeah,
You
I
can't beat
then
the Asians when it comes to paranormal. Come on.
yeah, I want to ask you this, like like how come like the is it because like Hollywood? Is it because of too much lazy writing, or like somehow some executive in Hollywood thinks that too much horror does psychological damage to the viewer? Like when did it stop being scary? Like okay, let's take back
Mm-hmm.
to maybe Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where horror movies made people stop halfway because they couldn't take it and they just walk out from the theater saying that they are traumatized by the scenes they see.
Mm-hmm.
Like exorcist, like people vomiting,
Mm-hmm.
they are like scared silly, like walk out, they just couldn't do it. I don't see any Hollywood like horror paranormal horror movies doing that to people these days. So like why
I
is
guess
that? Do you
because
wonder?
I
Mm,
mean I when Exorcist first came out, it was like okay, like our current generation, when
mm,
Get Out first came out, everybody was like, wow, this is revolutionary, it's
mm,
different, kind of
mm,
thing. When Exorcist came out at that point of time, it was different
mm.
because, and the only reason why people can be really scared by it and all
They
because
never seen it
it
before.
they never seen it before
Mm,
and it's reality,
mm, mm,
you know. And the
mm,
thing is why I believe nowadays Hollywood horror movies are not as entertaining as before is because they have lost their juice. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like they have a standard formula for horror movies, and that
mm,
standard formula is repeated over and over and over again. That
mm,
it becomes a norm to the crowd, to the
mm,
masses and whatnot. But
mm.
when it comes to Asian horror movie, they tend to try something new. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like in terms of like, I mean, I'm not saying like Asian horror movies everyone is good. I mean, there are horrible ones as well.
yeah, for
But
sure. Mm,
the thing is, they try to make it as real as possible, and they try to make you believe that this is real, this can
mm,
happen. So
mm,
when the Hollywood writers and all sees this, they're like, hey, this is good, I want to bring this to Hollywood and make
mm,
the American audience or the Western audience see
mm,
what the Asian audience have seen. You know what I mean?
mm,
That's why
mm.
you have a lot of remakes, like remake for The Ring, remake for Grudge, remake for I don't know Dark Waters and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, they should just stop with the remake lah. like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Should
yeah,
just
lazy writing again.
yeah. It's like, hey,
Mm,
this movie is good. Let's just take the script and do Hollywood one.
yeah. I guess like I don't know, like there has yet to be like in a very very long time there has yet to be a movie where it makes me uncomfortable to sleep at night.
Mm,
Movies that has made me be in that situation. I mean, apart from back in the old days, like when like we were younger, all that. So it was different, and like our thought process on what is real and what is not is a little bit like vague.
Yep.
at the time. Like and like Exorcist has made me very uncomfortable to just behave properly.
Mm-hmm.
Poltergeist has made me, especially the scene where the guy was looking at the mirror and he was
Mm-hmm.
like suddenly scratching his face and then he keep on scratching his face and his whole face tore off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That scene made me vomit when I was a
Mm-hmm.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? I mean, Aliens is not paranormal lah, but Aliens has scared the shit out of me. Like I cried before when I
Mm-hmm.
was so there in a very very long time there has yet to be a horror movie that made me felt that kind of fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. So
Like,
uh, I don't know.
like
Is it?
nowadays it's more of psychology, no longer physicality of the thing jumping out of the screen and scaring you.
Yeah,
The psychological horror now is the way to go. I mean, if people who want to direct something or do a movie or like write a movie something, you should start thinking about psychological because that
yeah,
sells now. Your typical jump scare don't sell. That's pretty much.
yeah. I guess jump scare can still work, but incorporate not too much of it. I guess. Yeah. So yeah, we have vented quite a while on Annabelle. So
Yeah. So to summarize it all, it's a good movie. I mean, for me, it's a fun, entertaining movie,
mm,
but just don't expect too much because everything is pretty generic.
yeah,
So watch it
on
just for like, with some group of friends coming over. Like, so yeah, let's go scare the shit out of everybody, have a good
yeah.
beer, and go home and sleep. That's it.
Uh, so on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter is having it at 65% and audience score at 71. So if it
That's
was
not
you,
too bad actually.
so what do you think? What would you give? Like out of 10, maybe like would you give
Okay.
a 7?
For Annabelle Comes Home, I'll probably give it about 6.5.
Okay, decent enough. Yeah, I'll probably
Yeah,
give about
six
6
point
as
five.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Mm.
I give props to the linkage to the other movies. That's it. Other than
Mm.
that, no, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing interesting at all.
I think for me, the reason for giving 6, it did not make me angry on like how Predator made me angry. So, so okay, Annabelle not perfect, but it didn't make me angry like how Predator made me angry. So I guess that's a saving grace. That one
Oh my.
another time also we can talk. So
Yeah, we'll definitely vent on that one. That one, I
I
think both of us have a lot of things to talk about.
the amount of hatred I have for that, like, oh my god, like I cannot
Wow.
believe they did it or like, oh my god. But never
Yeah,
mind. Yeah, save
on
for
another
you.
time we shall talk about it.
Like son of a bitch. Why did you do that? Oh,
Predator killer my ass.
oh dude, you cannot sell. Oh my god. Which
Okay, we
which
shall end
douchebag?
this segment first before we start ranting on Predator.
Alright. Alright, timestamp. Okay.
Times.
So I need to understand